Welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
Let's adjust this again. I'm back for another movie review, a Graves review. And I'm joined by Heather this time.
Hey.
And we are going to review Elvis.
Yes.
The 2022 movie, Elvis. Full disclosure, before we start, I grew up a big Elvis fan. So I was excited for this movie. Elvis, I was a kid when Elvis was already passed away. Like less than 2 months after I was born, he passed. But my best friend growing up, his mom was obsessed with Elvis. So I grew up with Elvis records. So I was excited. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because I'm kind of biased, I guess. Top of my head still cut off.
Yeah.
So Tom Hanks played the Colonel.
Yeah.
Great job, by the way.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. He did a really good job as the Colonel.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff in it I didn't know. I suppose there's not really spoilers in this video because it is based off a true story.
Yeah.
We know, well, if you're an Elvis fan, you know the story. But I did find it neat how it showed him as a kid being a comic book fan.
Right. That
was kind of cool. His favorite was Captain Marvel from DC, not Marvel. Yeah. That was before he became Shazam. So I thought that was pretty neat. And how he grew up in the black neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know anything about Elvis, really. Like, I was not a fan. I didn't know anything about him, really, so.
I knew quite a bit just because of Maddie. That was her name.
Yeah. Yeah.
She actually bawled like a baby when Elvis passed away. I heard the story later, but it keeps going back down.
Yeah.
So, as we said, Tom Hanks, great job. Now, Austin Butler as Elvis. Really I had no idea who he was.
No.
I couldn't tell you anything else he was in.
Yeah.
I just heard Austin Butler's playing Elvis. Like, all right.
Who?
Yeah. Good job, though.
Yeah.
He captured the mannerisms, which it's not just as simple as, hey, pretty mama. Like, you had to be Elvis.
Yeah.
And I think he pulled it off.
Yeah. Really good.
I like the scenes where at some points it would show him as Elvis, then it would cut to the real Elvis, and you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
It was really good. It wasn't just Elvis had a problem. It did go into how Colonel kind of enabled his problem to keep him going.
Right. Yeah. Didn't like I said, I didn't know anything, and then like you go in and you watch this movie, and it's like, holy shit, this poor bastard got
used.
He was totally manipulated, like
by
the entire time. This guy just fed him all kinds of bullshit and kept him like a little prisoner, trapped in his little Vegas jail cell. It was cushy, but yeah. He
I think everybody knew Elvis died of drugs. But what I didn't realize is the Colonel was kind of feeding them to him.
Yeah.
To keep him going with Dr. Nick. That's all it said, Dr. Nick.
He hired a doctor to, because he had gone to the hospital at one point for exhaustion. He went in for rest because of exhaustion. So he hired this doctor to keep him drugged, uppers when he needed to go to a show and downers afterwards to fall asleep and get his rest. And
I think the most telling scene of that whole story was when Elvis collapsed in the hallway.
Yeah.
And they were trying to revive him, and the Colonel says, as long as that young man can get on stage later. That's all that mattered.
And then he looked at the father like, what do you want to do? But he
knew.
He had, like, he gave him the look like, like, make him go on stage. Like.
Because Elvis wanted to travel the world. As big as Elvis was around the world, he never left America.
No, that's the sad part. He went out and bought himself a fancy private jet, and he only got to use it probably a few times, like, going across the states, because the guy, I don't know if it turned out, were the death threats real?
I think that's what, because they never really got into that. I think the Colonel was doing it.
Yeah.
To scare him, like, we got to stay here, security.
Yeah.
Like, because the Colonel couldn't leave the States.
Yeah.
Because as far as we know, the Colonel never existed.
Yeah,
that's a weird thing.
Made up this whole
persona,
background and everything. Yeah,
he was a carny.
Yeah, so he couldn't leave the States, and he didn't want Elvis going anywhere else.
Without him.
Yeah, like he didn't want him to learn that, holy shit, there's like better people out there that could represent me and take me worldwide, and and maybe not stress him out so goddamn bad. But
one thing I liked was how a lot of people don't realize, like, we're our age. We grew up through the New Kids on the Block, all that stuff, where the lunchboxes. Elvis was the first.
yeah,
Elvis, the Colonel put his face on sewing machines.
Sewing machines.
Like, everything was Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. Like the milk
Yeah.
and all the money from him. And
Yeah.
as a fan, I did know that Elvis was a mama's boy. He loved his mama.
Yeah.
But the only thing I forgot was, I actually thought his dad passed first. But no, his mom passed first.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That is something I forgot even as a fan. But he was devastated when she passed away.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And that was while he was overseas, and he was allowed to come back. That was stupid too.
Oh.
Christ,
I got to throw out 3 words. Fuck Steve Allen. If you know the Elvis story or even history in America, you know Steve Allen's this racist son of a bitch. He wanted Elvis thrown in jail because he danced like one of those colored folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we got to talk about the scene. It was Steve Allen. He was having a business meeting in his kitchen or something, and his kids were gathered around on TV watching Elvis on TV. It must have been his teenage son, but his teenage son got pretty excited over Elvis.
Yeah, he was almost like, more excited over the
it was fucking hilarious.
over the hips than the girls. Yeah, he was.
The girls going nuts.
Yeah, the stares he was
it
giving
was so
that
good.
TV.
Oh, I love that scene. But they never really talked about it. Like, was
No.
Steve Allen's kid? Because if you know Steve Allen, his kid's not going to come out of the closet.
Mm.
No. But the video's not about that. I just thought that scene was hilarious.
Yeah.
I did.
No.
I liked how it touched on Elvis's friendship with B.B. King. Because he grew up around those people. A lot of people say, oh, he used those black folks to make music and get rich. Like, he grew up with it.
Yeah,
he wasn't using it. That's who he was.
His father wrote a bad check and went to prison, which that's a little extreme. But yeah, so they had to move into a black neighborhood because they were too poor to afford anything else, and
those were his friends.
So yeah, he grew up around all that.
And actually, the guy who played B.B. King did a great job too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of nice that one scene there, he went to the club, this black club. He was the only white guy in the entire thing.
Yeah, they're like, "Come on in." And any other person walked up, they would have been like, "Get the hell out!" But everything was segregated at the time. Like when he was putting on the concert, you seen the sign like "No colors beyond this point." Like those are his friends. Yeah,
and they weren't allowed in. I did like how they brought that up at the time of in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Martin Luther King passed away, Elvis was upset.
Yeah,
that is something the commercial lied though. Not lied. I'm not gonna say that. It made it seem different because it said in the commercial Martin Luther King Jr. has been shot. Yeah. Then it cut to the scene like, Parker, this has nothing to do with us. This has everything to do with us. That wasn't about Martin Luther King. That was about Bobby Kennedy. But they made it seem like he was talking about Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
Just a minor thing, but it bothered me. Yeah, he was doing the TV special when Bobby Kennedy was shot.
Right. That
was a good special, by the way. Mm-hmm. And I waited the entire movie, and they did mention Jailhouse Rock. They did it. Mm-hmm. Everybody let rock. Everybody they talked about his movie career, how the Colonel got him into movies. Not all of them were good.
Right.
He did have one serious role. Apparently he got some praise for it, but then it just stopped. Yeah. The Colonel just kept manipulating him over and over again. Like, then when he did that one concert, you're up there mumbling, nobody knew what you were talking about. Like, it was a great show. It was supposed to be a Christmas special.
Right.
The whole time Colonel's like, here comes Santa Claus. Like, Elvis is doing other
stuff.
He's
gonna play it. I guarantee he's gonna play it, and he didn't play it the entire time. He's so mad.
Yeah, in the middle of the special when they were filming is when Bobby Kennedy died. So Elvis wrote that protest song.
Right. Yeah.
I had forgotten a lot of Elvis's work. Watching the movie brought a lot of it back.
Yeah.
Because you know the big ones like Heartbreak Hotel, Jailhouse Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all shook up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they were really good with their detail. Because we were watching like one of his last concerts in June of '77. He's at the piano, the guy's holding the mic for him, and it shows the two Coke cups and stuff like that. Then if you watch the real video,
Yeah.
identical. The two Coke cups, everything on the piano. They matched it perfectly.
Yeah.
That was sad. I was very emotional during the movie as an Elvis fan. I knew where it was going, but I loved Elvis. So I thought it was a great movie. I am going to buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good one to have.
Look forward to special features, like stuff like that. I like special features on movies I like.
Right.
So all in all, what did you think of the movie?
Oh, I really liked it. Especially
Well
like I said, where I didn't really know much or anything. It was kind of neat to, find out, stuff about him that, because I never really cared much about Elvis. And
I always heard the rumors that the Colonel was using him and stuff, but I didn't know to what extent.
Yeah, like that was like, holy shit, that's really interesting.
He was
I didn't know
Beatlemania.
anything about all this, so yeah.
Yeah, Elvis started Beatlemania before the Beatles.
Yeah.
Actually, they do mention the Beatles in the
movie.
Yeah, because they had just come over.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad though, seeing how big he was. Oh, one other thing I didn't know, even as a lifelong fan, I didn't realize he had a record before he signed with RCA. One record.
Yeah, he had like
little
one
small
song.
local thing.
Yeah, he recorded like one song, and the local station played it, and the first little show that he played.
Oh, the performance.
It was like this local house show, a bunch of bands all getting together and playing, and like local talent night. And he gets up there in his pink suit, and that's
get
the
a haircut,
part.
you hippie.
Yeah, get a haircut, and he starts going, and the girl's sitting there in the audience. She doesn't know what the hell to do, and she's like, ah!
Yeah, they got all excited. I remember Elvis's mom like, they're gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
Colonel's like, I don't think they want to hurt him. They wanna. Then it cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way he moved his hips and everything, Elvis was one of a kind.
Yeah.
I could see why people got so caught up in it.
Yeah. No, that was funny. And all the guys in the audience were like, what the hell's wrong with my girl? Like, I don't do that to her. Pissed them all off. It was so funny.
Excellent movie. I'd actually go see it again.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I am going to watch it again, because when it comes on Blu-ray, I'm buying that shit.
Yeah.
Really, really well done. Now, there are probably parts in the movie that didn't actually happen. They do that with every real-life movie. They add stuff for dramatic purposes. Like, because when Priscilla told Elvis, I'm leaving you, nobody else was there. So how do we know that's exactly how it went? But they did separate. Yeah. So they got to add stuff in there. But for the most part, it is common knowledge what happened to him. It was sad seeing that one performance from June '77, though, because less than 2 months later, he was gone. That was sad.
Yeah.
They didn't really talk a lot about his dad Vernon, though. Like what happened to him after Elvis passed and stuff like that.
Right.
Great movie.
Yeah. No.
I've been thinking about it. We went to see it a couple nights ago, and I've been thinking about it ever since.
Yeah. No, that was good.
You don't rate your movies.
I don't rate them.
I got my Willow system.
It was good. I liked it. Go see it. That's my rating.
I'm hoping the Blu-ray has like deleted scenes and special features and stuff like that, but it was so emotional for me as a fan. I'm gonna give it 5 Willows. And the job Austin, but I don't know who this kid is, but I like to see what else he's done.
Yeah,
and that's what you can ask for. If an actor's that good, you want to see other stuff he's done.
Yeah.
So definitely go see Elvis.
Yeah.
Definitely go see it. Just especially if you're an Elvis fan, to see the similarities, the detail they put into it. They must put a lot of work into recreating this scene and that scene and this. It showed they must have been fans to do it, to put that much effort into it, or they just didn't want to piss off the actual fans.
Right.
One of the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, they obviously put a lot of effort into it. So go see Elvis, everybody. We were kind of late. We didn't get to go opening night, so we
No.
went
Yeah.
this weekend. But I would have went to see it again if we would have had more time. So that's it from us, everybody. Go see Elvis.
Yes.
Or pay-per-view when it comes out. Whatever, just see it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Elvis reach this mark. It's hard to say because it's not a superhero movie, so it's not going to do billions of dollars, which is a shame. But
well, like half the stuff we usually go see, but
yeah.
Right.
But anyway, 5 Willows out of 5 for me. Go see Elvis, everybody. Till next time, thanks for watching.
Bye.